I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart. I didn't even see it coming.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike smelling like a Rose Crawford. What's up, buddy boy?
You know roses really smell like boo, boo, boo.
So Mike smells like boo-boo. Great.
That's what you're saying.
It's probably because you have dingleberries in your butt hairs that aren't gone yet, I'm assuming.
I don't have dingleberries. That's just the name of my team. But don't worry, we're getting closer and closer to redemption. I need my name back.
Well, you need to shave your butt first.
Oh, you'll be here for that. Don't worry.
Why do I have to be there for that? I thought the deadline was by the time I got there.
Well, since we're already getting close to you being here, we might as well make this fun.
Fun for who? It's not going to be fun for me. For anybody that doesn't know, Mike lost a bet to me for... Okay, this wasn't for fantasy football. This was the Matt Stafford bet. That Matt Stafford would have over 4,500 yards passing, which he did.
So I lost his bet in about January before Brendan rumbles on about how long it took me to pay him.
Yes. And the bet that he lost is he has to shave from the neck down.
Yeah, but I caught COVID twice. Know what I mean?
So 7 months later,
some shit.
We're still
7 months later. I said, why not? Since he's coming my way, might as well make an event of it, and
But I don't want to watch you do it.
You might not. I'm not gonna let you watch me.
Okay. Just want to be clear. Now, what I am gonna do is look into another bet that you have to pay me up on, which we will do while I'm out there. Is we're gonna get those ears cleaned out. Because Mike has also never put a Q-tip in his ear like a wackadoo. Because
when they clear my ear, watch nothing come out because they're beautifully clean, bro.
How are they clean if you've never used a cotton swab?
I was born this way, man. What do you want me to tell you?
With wax in your ears, yeah, we all are.
Okay, I'm telling you, watch. They're gonna be like, "Yo, there's nothing in there." I don't know. He's normal.
You're gonna come out like the first time you blew your nose, like, "Whoa, what's that? I can hear birds chirping."
They're gonna be like, "Yo, I don't know how this happened."
And you're gonna have a clean
38
butthole.
Years on the earth,
nuts,
and no wax in his ears. How does he do it?
Oh man, you're gonna be like the cleanest you've ever been when I'm there. So you're welcome in advance.
That sounds really weird, but
I'm saying I'm not going to give you like a scrub down. I'm not going to go.
You're definitely not going to give me a scrub down because your wife would probably leave you if she heard about that. And
I don't know. She hasn't left me yet, and I've done some pretty weird shit in my day.
I'm sure you weren't scrubbing down any guys. That's
no,
weird.
I don't think so. Not to my recollection. I did do steroids though recently, yesterday. Not really. I got a epidural, so I got a shot in my back, which is just like a nerve blocker for my...
Oh, you got an epidural, like a pregnant woman. Okay.
Kinda. Yeah, I don't know if they call it an epidural. I think that's just what they call like a shot in the spine. I'm not a scientist. But they gave me a nerve blocker so that my leg could feel halfway normal again. So we'll see how that works. It seems to be doing okay, but...
It's not gonna lie, man. I've been having back issues, like pain lately too, man. I hope it's not my sciatic or whatever that damn nerve is. 'Cause I don't got time for that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's a momentum stopper, that's for sure. Like I had to take a month off from the gym, and everything was painful to do, so I had to really be mindful of like, okay, let's be efficient with what we're doing here. But speaking of the gym, guess what I did today? I dropped my earpiece on the gym locker room floor pre-workout.
Well, that's done.
For you? You throw that away?
I don't throw it away, but it's done until I can probably clean it.
Well, I wiped it off and just
ear.
put it back in.
Wiped it off with what? Did you have some type of sanitary napkin?
No, I just used my workout towel that I hadn't used yet. It was clean.
It's not getting rid of any germs though, bro. Like people walk around there like bare feet, ass naked. Like
they're not rubbing their ass on the tile like a dog.
Nah, but they dripping. They showered and they're like dripping their excess germs all across. No, buddy, there's no way I'm putting that shit back in my ear without some type of alcohol, bleach, something. We need some type of, at least a Lysol spray at the least.
Can't spray electronics, man. I don't know.
You can. I've washed my hair.
I'm gross like that though, dude. Like I don't care. Like it's good enough.
You told me you cleaned your spoon with your mouth. Huh? What?
Okay, so all right. So somebody who dips their utensils in hot water every time before they use them at a restaurant. What would happen if? Okay, let's say you grab your food to go, which you tend to do. Okay, you get something that requires a fork.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's say it's even plastic or something, and you go to the beach to eat this meal because that's what you like to do. You like to go to the beach sometimes, chill, get a little smoke on, eat some food. Now your fork gets damaged or dropped in the sand or it snaps. You can't use it. Do you use your hands to continue to eat or do you stop? And you got like on your first bite this happens.
Yeah, it depends on what the food is. If I can finger food it, I'm finger food.
What if it's noodles?
Then I'm walking to wherever I gotta walk to get them fork. I mean, I'm fat, so I'm gonna eat. I don't have no problem with walking. When I go out to get food, I'll stop at 3 different places if I want 3 different things. Like I'm not that lazy trying to make this the quick.
But it's like at the beach, so it would be like a 30-minute round trip.
It's stores and stuff along, depending on what beach you're at. It's stuff right there you can walk to, probably.
You went to the mountains because you wanted to be isolated. You wouldn't eat with your hands?
No. I can't eat. You can eat. You're going to eat noodles with your hands, bro?
Yeah. Just pick them up like the claw game and baby bird it.
Where are you coming from? Could that mean when did you last wash your hands? You're sitting on the beach.
I just came from a fast food joint, obviously.
So that means you touched the doors and drove your car, which are all absolutely disgusting things to then go eat food with. You're absolutely disgusting.
All right, let me ask you this. What if you're going to have sex? All right, so let me ask you this. What if you're going to have sex? Okay? You open the wrapper, you go to put on the rubber, and it drops on the floor. But it's your only rubber. Like, this is your only chance. Do you throw it back on? What do you do? What do you do? This is a point break situation. No. What is it? Speed. Shoot the hostage? Do you just pull out?
Like, it's over. I'm going home. It's over. I ain't doing it without no rubber.
You are a maniac.
And that is absolutely dirty to do to a woman because it actually wouldn't affect me none. It would just be what I would. Like,
no, it goes inside part face down on the floor.
What do you mean inside part?
So the little tip is sticking up. It looks like a little suction cup on the
inside part. Like you can inside out that, but it's like you can flip it, like you can turn a rubber. Hell do you mean?
Why would you do that though? Because then you would be getting it on the girl. That ain't
exactly. Right. I wouldn't use it at all. But I'm just saying, if it was gonna be anything,
if you are gonna use it, screw her, literally.
What am I gonna purposely screw myself? Like that makes no sense.
I'm just saying, a little bit of dust on the tip of your wiener ain't no big deal.
Who knows what type of dust that is, man? Who knows what was on?
Get a dog hair in the tip of your urethra.
Ooh. Oh my goodness,
you know how itchy it is when you get like a hair in your nose. Imagine that in your pee hole. Woo!
Just thinking about it gives me the chill, man.
Oh, yeah. You're allergic to cats.
I'm gonna pass on that, bro.
Oh, all right. Have you ever dropped your phone in the toilet?
Yes.
Have you retrieved it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, look, that's something I wouldn't do. I'd be like, that shit is gone, brother. And then you dig in toilets.
Yes.
But you won't eat noodles with your hands. This is okay. You make a lot of sense, buddy.
When there's money involved, what the fuck? I've already paid for the noodles. There's no money involved.
You've already paid for the phone. Probably has insurance.
Yeah, but I got to pay for a new one. And in insurance, they want the damaged one. So sometimes you still got to get it out.
Lost or stolen? Stolen by the poopy bandits.
Yeah, man, look, I've done.
What if have you dropped it in a porta potty? Would you get it out of a porta potty?
I'm not using I've never used a porta potty. Bro.
What? You've never used a porta potty?
I'm not using no damn porta potty. I'd rather piss outside or shit outside.
Oh, live your life. At least I
ain't gotta smell everybody else's stink.
You can't plug your nose without using your hands?
No.
Your nose ain't that big, dude. I got a big old schnoz. I can do it.
It's a huge schnoz I own, and I can't plug it without my hands, and I don't want to use my hand to plug it. I don't want to touch anything in a porta potty.
Do you do like the above with your fingers out, like you're too cool for school, or you do the classroom like embarrassed point at somebody one? Cover your face and nose. Whatever, dude. Do you let strangers use your phone?
No.
Like, what if they were in an emergency?
There's no such thing as an emergency to me. Emergency don't exist if I don't know you. You better find somebody else. Go call them. Go look for the police or something. Bro. The world is too weird. I'm thinking everybody trying to kill me. Trying to I saw a story the other day. A lady let somebody use their phone, and they Venmo'd themselves like $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah, the closest I would ever get is like, who do you want to call? Let me dial their number, and then I'll put it on speaker.
And I'll hold it on speaker.
Yeah, that's about it.
Depending if you look that trustworthy. But the way that I be moving when I'm in public is that I'm not even moving slow enough for someone to stop and ask me. Like, I would have to be sitting somewhere, because if I'm in public moving, I'm just moving. Like, I ain't stopping.
Yeah, see, I would have to like see somebody in trouble and like feel the need to go help them and be like, hey, do you need to call somebody? And then do it that way. Like, but if somebody approaches me, nah. No thanks, dude.
No, not at all.
I've encountered plenty of you. Boop, boop.
Yeah, no.
See you next Tuesday.
Not gonna happen.
Oh.
I just don't want nobody touching my phone. Like, I don't want you touching me, my phone. I don't even want you bumping into me if I don't know you. Monkeypox and COVID makes me pretty much like don't even want to be around people, bro.
Monkeypox. I don't even get it.
Like, I don't know, but I don't want it. I don't know what it is, and I don't want no parts.
You know what I want no part of? All right, so I've been doing comedy a bit more lately, and the hours of a comic are late. And so I've been getting home randomly around, anywhere between like 1 and 3 in the morning. And the other day, I got home around like 3 a.m., and I pull up to the intersection light that's at the tail end of my street. And so I'm in the left-hand turn lane, and there's a mid-50s, I want to say, lady going across the intersection on a little Rascal scooter. Like, all right, Rascal, you dirty little rascal. So the light turns green. By the time I make my left-hand turn, I see that she's stopped at this particular moving van, also known as the local drug headquarters of the neighborhood. Because that's the way to do it, have your operation mobile. But they got like a microwave, a single chair, like a table in there. You know what's up. And a cat, just to make sure all the rodents don't eat all the packages. You know what I'm saying? So otherwise you got to have all these rats going around, marsupials going crazy in the trees. I think it's that kind of operation. But yeah, so this little lady in the Rascal at 3 in the morning, going from one neighborhood to another, buying drugs. I'm like, what is happening in my neighborhood when a Rascal scooter is getting you across the street to your drug destination? What's going on here?
Hey, scooters is the way of life where I live, so don't worry.
But that's not even fast. Like, what kind of a getaway is a Rascal scooter? Just doesn't
No,
make
but
any
it's not.
sense.
You're not walking and you're not in traffic. Yeah, you're in LA, so traffic is a thing. So yeah, you're not walking and you're not in traffic. How fast it goes doesn't matter to people. They pay for this crap. Scooters and bikes, they pay to ride these that everyone shares, which is just disgusting to me. But whatever, because you can just pick it up randomly off the side of the road, and yeah, they ride them all over my city, bro. And they will be like in the middle of the street, cut you off. They don't give a shit. They just gone. Everywhere.
Yeah, but those are like bird scooters that like a bunch
They're
of
all the same
dipshits
to me.
ride.
It's like 4 different brands of scooters. We got the real.
Do you know what a
motorized
Rascal
scooters, too,
scooter
here.
is?
No.
Oh, well, that probably would help.
Scooter means scooter.
No, a Rascal scooter is the thing that old people ride in the supermarket. It goes like 3 miles an hour. It was a red.
So you hating on a lady? Just she might need her drugs for her pain, bro. Like she might be in pain.
She doesn't
Let
need
her ride her
meth
little
for
scooter.
pain. Nobody needs meth for
might.
pain.
She might need something stronger than the shit that she currently got, bro.
Listen.
Her meth might be stronger. Like that's not.
I wasn't
bad,
like a
bro.
frequenter of meth, but I've tried it before. I've used it before. And you feel a lot of things. It's not anything that like helps you with pain. It makes you feel strong as shit.
Exactly. People off meth, they don't feel like they. I've seen the videos of people.
Listen,
off
had
meth
this
been
lady
shot,
rode over in the
still going
Rascal
crazy.
scooter, done her little deal, and then carried it back home, okay, drugs are working for that lady. I did not see that happen, but then again, I didn't stick around past the transaction. I think they're good enough to know. One of the things I don't really mind about these drug dealers is they kind of do it the right way. Like, if you're going to do it, they keep the door closed. You got to, like, do the thing where they keep it cracked and, you know, I'm not going to go into their whole thing. But they basically try and make it to where even though they're in a neighborhood, they use off
I hope
hours.
the cops not listening to us, because in that case, we'd be snitching.
No, I've talked to a police officer about it, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do anything about that. I'm like, okay, cool. As long as I know. Like, I don't give a shit. I just want to know what you would do if somebody told you about this, and they're like, nothing. I'm like, all right, fine. So I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't infiltrate up the block, and it hasn't, so
And if
whatever.
we were in Oregon, we can talk about what we want, because meth is legal in Oregon, just like every other drug.
In certain amount, yeah, it's not. So it's still illegal to do. Mushrooms and marijuana are legal in Oregon, to like do, but like cocaine, meth, all those things, all those other drugs, acid, ecstasy, they're all legal to own in minimal amounts. I don't know all the different amounts, but so you could basically have it on you and it's not a deal, but if you get caught using it, you're busted. I don't know, it's stupid. Why are you able to carry it? That's like, well, you can carry a gun, but if you shoot it, then you're in trouble. It's like, well, why don't you just make a different rule? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where's the weirdest place you've bought drugs?
The weirdest place I brought drugs?
Or like the worst?
I don't know. You know, about my drugs the same way. I don't know. When I was younger, I mean, no. When I was younger, it was the streets, and now I go to a company. Like, I don't really do no crazy, like...
You never had
I mean,
any...
when I was selling drugs to buy my re-up, I had to go to, like, some sketchy places, but I wasn't, like... They weren't sketchy to me. They were just the hood, bro. Like,
yeah.
That's where you go to get the drugs. When I was in New Orleans, like, that was pretty sketch.
Yeah, see, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I've been in Vegas, and, like, I was in downtown.
But did I ever tell you the story about the scariest time I went to go buy drugs?
No, that's what I was trying to get to. Okay.
In your Lexus?
What? Okay.
So when Dallas hears this, she's probably going to fucking laugh, because I don't think I've ever told her this story. I almost died the first time I came to Cali, bro. So Dal let me drive the Lexus. I might have been living with you all. No. This is my very first time in Cali, actually.
You were just visiting.
Yeah, I was just visiting. She let me drive the truck because I told her I had to go. I knew somebody who lived on the other side of town. I forget the street that Game always talks about that's going through Cali. But we were supposed to be on what was supposed to be a neutral part of the block. It was a weed shop. This is when the weed was first legal. Like, Cali was the only place that was really legal. But you still had to have a card. So I had to go pick up this guy I knew that lived in Cali that could go in there and buy it for me. So I had the Lexus. Down let me drive the Lexus. So we pull up, and I'm mad as shit. I can't remember the street, but clearly we're in the hood. Now again, I'm asking him, like, we good? Because I have one all red. Like I have on like a red and black shirt, red and black socks, red and black shoes, and like some army fatigue pants. But I'm red and black out. But I'm thinking I'm good. I'm not from here. And the dude I'm meeting says I'm neutral. So I picked him up from his house. We rode out the corner. We were in the parking lot. He's going up to the store to buy the weed. And I'm sitting in the car. So I see a little store right there. So I hop out the car, think I can walk in the store to get me some backwoods, just, while I'm waiting for him to come out with the weed that I told him to go buy me. Bad fucking idea. Some dude in his blue, like, drop top, all blue. He's a gangster, really. Like, bandanas and shit. But again, we're supposed to be neutral. So I'm just walking out, like, and he, like, starts asking me, what set you claim, cuz? No, sir. He starts it. Like, what set you claim, cuz? Starts saying that to me. I'm trying to ignore the shit out of him. Yeah. I ain't claiming no set, buddy. I'm not even from around here. So, what set you claim, cuz? Keep saying it. So I'm trying to ignore him, walk back to the car. He's like, don't get in that car without responding to me. It's like, and just starting to get into it. And I guess he's starting to walk towards me. And the guy comes out the weed shop just in time. He comes out. He's like, man, he ain't answering you because he ain't from around here. This neutral. Start screaming this neutral. And dude was like, oh, I just want to know what set he claimed. He's like, he ain't from around here. I got my ass back in that car. And when dude got in the car with me, we got the hell out of Yeah, I don't believe I never told you that story, bro. Oh, man, that was fucking weird. That was the wildest shit I've ever had. Like somebody trying to fucking get at me over some colors because I don't know where the fuck I was at. Like I said, it was my first time out there, so I was on.
I'm surprised he didn't just bark back at him like, "Not from here, dude."
Oh no, I wasn't, because the one thing I know from being where I'm from, when shit go down, is when you make eye contact with people.
Yeah, I usually like when people bark at me, like I'll usually just be like, "Not from here, dude," or "Nah, I don't do that, dude." And just like, but not make eye contact, like keep walking forward, like on a mission, but just kind of like give him one response, like, hey man, fucking not interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tried to just act like I didn't know he was talking to me, but I figured if I'm out back, so like most people, if they ain't aggressive, they ain't gonna shoot you in your back. Now there's some people that just off the, they're out here to be fools, so they're gonna do what they do. But most people who, especially someone who starts off asking you questions instead of just going into attack mode.
Yeah.
Like if your back's to them, they really ain't, like, cause they can see you're not no threat, so ain't no need to, be a bet. Know what I mean?
Yeah, it's best to not engage.
Yeah, but I also know about where I'm from. Like once you start making eye contact with people, people take eye contact as a threat to an extent. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so I just try to leave that alone. And good thing he came out when he did, because I can feel him starting to come towards me. Who knows? I'm saying what he would have done or what he was going on behind my back. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'll tell you one thing. I ain't never going somewhere I don't know when I'm going in red again.
Yeah, that seems like a bold move.
It was just the outfit I picked that day. Like, I wasn't thinking about, like, again, he told me it was neutral. I asked before I went, though, like, bro, do I have to wear, like, all white or something? Like, do I need, because I know where I'm at. Like, I wasn't a baby my first time out there. I probably was about 24, 25. Like, this was a while ago, my first time in Cali, but I wasn't a baby. So I understood what I was walking in. You know what I'm saying? I understood from what we were told what Cali is. So I wasn't just going out there blind, but I asked the questions I was told. So I went about my day. Like, he was like, man, nah, you find what you want. It's neutral. I wore what I wanted. Like, that was a fresh outfit, bro, just because I saw it, You never know who you can see in the streets of California, buddy.
That part is true, my boy. That part is true.
So
I think one of the places that, like, I bought drug, like when I sold back in the day, it was just to my local buddies basically, and it was just stress, nickel and dime bags, like nothing major, just enough to pay for my habit basically.
Yeah.
So that was like the stressing chronic days, and those were two kinds of weed, and that was it. And I was buying the low end.
Yeah, no.
But there was I don't know, like buying drugs in Vegas is always a little sketchy. I
Oh,
had,
buying drugs in Vegas the first time I went, oh man, that was the scariest because you hear the story that you get caught with weed. They like try to give you a lot of time in Vegas because it was a big thing. That I'm clearly that old when weed wasn't legal in Vegas. So I'm there when weed was like a serious thing in Vegas.
yeah,
Man, you should see these dudes trying to be so secretive selling weed. But the benefit for me is that y'all don't wear certain clothes on this end. So dudes knew like I wasn't from around here because they could tell I had on Jordans and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, man, we don't wear that out here. Like we wear Vans and shit like that. So I knew you wouldn't. But man, I was like, yo, he was like, yeah, man, but be careful. And if someone saw you and they start walking up, just run and throw it, run and throw it. I'm like, all right, bro. He's like, yeah, if they don't catch you with it, they can't do. Like, if they catch you with it, you going. It's like I ain't going to jail in damn Las Vegas, bro.
yeah. No, that's not a good place to go. I bought like there's one time we were walking downtown on like the downtown Fremont Street, and this dude passing out flyers, and he's like, "Hey, you want VIP?" I was like, "Nah, but you got this?" And he's like, "Hang on, I'll be right back." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "Hey, come with me." So I was like, "All right." I was just like, "Hey, dude, I'll be right back." And we went into like a hotel casino that had been like abandoned or closed or whatever. And coming to think of it, I don't think my dad knew what I was doing at the time. I think he figured it out later. And like we went into the bathroom of this place. It was like we walked through an empty open floor into a vacant bathroom, make the transaction, and then walk out. And it was like, yeah, that dude could have had like a couple of boys in the bathroom and just whooped the shit out of me and taken all my shit. But I don't know. It was one of those things where like if you've been in those types of situations before, you kind of know that there's always a risk, but you kind of know the threat level.
See, I
And
wish weed was legaler when I was growing up because someone robbed me for $100 that way.
yeah, I've been taken for whatever was in my wallet a couple times before.
No, no, no. I gave him the 100. He just fucking was strong on me because I was in Vegas. I mean, not Vegas. I was in Jersey, Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, yeah.
Leaving, I had won money, so I won about 3 grand, and I needed some weed for my ride home because out of the excitement from winning,
Oh,
like I smoked
100%.
up while I was there. So the shit that I was supposed to use to make it back home, I had smoked it up. So me, I don't want to ride without no smoke. So I'm like, I saw some dudes that looked like some dudes that had some weed, and clearly they weren't weed dealers. They were just fucking gangsters
I
standing on
made
the
that mistake
boardwalk.
before.
And I think every fucking body who looks like a gangster smokes weed, and some people are just gangsters.
Yeah.
I have to learn to understand. And they definitely were like, oh yeah, man, I can get that for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Be right back.
my man's gonna watch out for you. I'm gonna go grab it off the spot. And as someone who sold drugs, I understand that's how the game goes. You know what I mean? Like you don't always have it on you because you're standing out, especially somewhere like the Jersey Boardwalk. Like you don't want to just always have
Yeah,
it on
you leave
looking
your
like
boy
y'all
for a
look.
lookout. You go to the stash point, you
Yeah.
get a nod, then you come back. Something of that ilk.
Man, next thing you know, he done disappeared through the casino. And so after he's gone for like 3 minutes, I walk, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm dolo. So I can't watch them both. I want to go find a dude with my money. So I start walking towards the casino to see, like, looking around the corner, see where he at, come back around. His man's gone. Now I'm like, oh, they got me for $100. Good thing I won. Because this was a losing night. I'd have been in my car trying to get my gun, come back and find you. But I won. You can have the $100. I'm good.
Oh my goodness, sir. You're such a maniac sometimes.
I'm not, man. I just don't like people to take shit from me. And not just me, people in general. Like robbing is one of the things that upsets me the high robbing. I used to be a thief. So stealing is one thing. Stealing from somebody when not knowing if you don't know them, store, shit like that. But stealing from somebody is different. But robbing somebody, fact that especially like armed robbery, like with a gun, when you could actually kill somebody
Yeah.
by accident just for some shit that they worked for that you didn't work for. Just kind of, I don't know, that type of shit bothers me. So I understand it happens. That's cool. I respect it because I've been from that life for a while. I'm a
I
citizen,
don't respect it.
but you know what I'm saying. But I just don't know. I don't know. It bothers me that you gonna go take somebody else's shit and you gonna put their life at risk while they do it because if they decide they want to defend their shit or if they move the wrong way or if you move the wrong way, this gun that you have can go off and take their fucking life. And
I've
it's all about
definitely
who they
been on the receiving end of a potential armed robbery at a gas station, and I literally like didn't have any cash on me, and was just like, dude tried to hold me up. I don't know if he had bullets in the gun or not, but he was just like, "Hey man, give me everything you got." I was like, "Listen, dude, I got nothing in my wallet, and I could barely afford the gas that's going in here right now.
have.
I really have much to lose, so if you're gonna go, just go. But I'm not giving you shit." And was just like fed up with life that day, and like this dude was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Look," and I opened my wallet and I put it back in my pocket. Like, I have nothing, but you're not getting this. Like, sorry. And just kind of blankly stared at him. He's just like, "All right," fucking like got the fuck out of there. But I was like, "All right."
Because some people are truly there to just rob you. It's just the dumbasses who do the dumb shit, like kill people in the process of a robbery.
Yeah.
Like you go to rob somebody, you rob them. You take what they got, or if they have nothing, you accept the fact you picked the wrong motherfucker to rob that day. But people just be shooting motherfuckers and all types of dumb shit for no reason. And it just be like, and that's the type of shit that like you just took somebody's life for their money.
Yeah.
Huh?
I've also been on the
What?
other end where I was like, "Oh, there's no way I get out of this clean. Like, here's my money, but I'm keeping my wallet. You can have that." They usually take that deal.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh,
if
I've
they're
been
true,
robbed
if they're
credit.
truly only robbers for the money,
Mm-hmm.
you get that deal. And then if they were
They
gonna
only
fuck
want
you
the
up anyway, then do your best.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at the wrong end of an armed robbery, and they took my shit, and they took all the money I had in my pocket, and that's fine.
You ever
They
have your
don't take my
shoes
life.
taken?
No, I took somebody's shoes gambling. I sent them home in his socks.
Yeah, I've done that
And
too. In a game of dice,
yeah,
I took somebody's shoes.
we were playing Tunk all night, and he
What's that?
lost all his money. It's a card game.
What kind? Well, okay, well, explain it to me. I like games.
It's kind of hard to explain, but you're just making pairs. It's kind of like gin
Okay.
rummy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but instead of like points, you playing against hit each other and trying to get rid of all your cards
Got you.
in the hand. So yeah, he lost all the money he had, some money he stole from one of our friends who was sleeping, his check that was coming the next day, and his shoes. I cleaned him out so bad that day. It was like it might have been one of my best gambling days.
Oh,
Like I think I cleaned them out for like $3,000 and a pair of shoes. Like my
That's
favorite
rough.
pair of shoes ever. Actually, they were brand new. The Jordan Space Jam.
well,
I sent them home in his socks on the metro. So
that's good. Did you lose any money on the UFC this weekend?
no, I told you who was going to win.
Well, listen. Jose Aldo lost by unanimous decision. I think hopefully he just kind of gets the heck out of there.
Let's get to the main event because I got.
Well, wait. Paulo
something I wanna say
Costa
about that.
won by unanimous decision over Luke Rockhold, who it sounds like finally retired. Like, in kind of a bitch move, was just kind of like, "Oh, just too old, or I can't do this anymore." Blah blah blah. Whatever. It was a little funny, but mostly like, all right, that's how you want to go out. Whatever. Fine. I'm fine with him going out because he's not fun to watch anymore. And then Leon Edwards in the main event knocked out Kamaru Usman for the title, although he was getting his ass whooped the entire fight.
Yes. So here's my thing. Here's my
Okay.
question to you, as someone who's into UFC: is there a nerve? Is there something in where he kicked him at to make that happen? Because it didn't look that hard of a kick.
Yeah, because basically there's different like blood vessels that go to your brain, and if your neck gets tweaked a certain way or like on the temple, like if there's a traumatic stop of blood flow to your brain, that's when people get knocked out. For the most part, there's obviously other ways of getting knocked out, like your brain just rattles around or other stuff. But I know that's the main way that people get knocked out or choked out is it's actually cutting off the blood supply as well as, with a choke, it's air supply and blood supply to the brain. And with a knockout, it's like a quick, like your brain switches off because something gets, like a flow gets severed, basically. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's in a nutshell how it was explained to me over various.
Cool. Because I've seen the kick from 1,000 different angles, 1,000 different times, and it just didn't look like a kick that would knock someone out. Especially after getting their ass kicked like that all day.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. At the same time,
it works out perfectly for Dana White because they're going to get a Edwards Usman 3, which will be highly anticipated now.
Yeah, so who's going to be the underdog in that fight?
Edwards. Everyone watched the fight. They saw
As a champion,
Usman
he's going to be an underdog. That's so weird. Yeah.
Everyone saw Usman kick your ass. You got to look.
But that just means that Usman might be at only minus 120, which would be when to jump on him.
It's going to be so much money bet on him, man.
100%. He might even still be at minus 250 as challenger, which is wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he's got to take the belt back because I think Bones Jones put 82. 282 is what he posted.
Something like
that.
That's
4 away. That's 4 away. So he's probably going to be 80 when he takes his belt back, and then that gives him 82 to fight Bones Jones.
We'll see. We'll see if that happens. I would love to see it.
In my perfect world.
Yeah, I want to see Jones back in the ring. The savage.
I figure if his only problem was smoking crack, man, somebody send him to rehab, he'll be all right.
Yeah, at least for the month leading up to it.
Yeah, just
get clean.
Keep
Celebrate after.
Crack, man. Basically. Shit.
Have him talk to Lamar.
PED is one thing, but damn, my man just has a crack problem. Can someone help the man with the crack, man?
Talk to Jim Brown. Did you see that Nick Saban got an extension to be the highest paid coach just because he has to be?
The highest paid coach in a public university.
Yeah.
Yes, he has to be.
$11.7 million per year.
Which is bullshit. So every time somebody else gets a raise, but Kevin Garnett had the same thing in his contract back in the day.
That he gets to be the highest paid every single time somebody else gets a bump.
Highest paid player in the NBA by 10%. So if there's somebody else gets a new deal, I have a 10%.
That's one of the other things I love about KG was he was a smart dude.
He was a
people do not
dude.
give him credit for what he did and how he did it.
Which is why he was as loyal as he was. People don't understand that part. He was able to do what the hell he wanted.
He was a fantasy basketball machine in Minnesota. And then he's like, okay, I'm done with the individual accolades. Now I got paid. Now let's go get some rings if we can. And that's, good for him.
Mm-hmm. That was the same, but that was his contract for his whole career because Boston traded for that deal.
Yeah.
So it didn't change.
They inherited that clause.
That's why he only stayed there for a little bit of years because they weren't gonna hold on to that shit.
Yeah.
And once this contract's up, if you don't want to sign a new type of contract, bro, you can go bye-bye. You're not gonna pay your old ass more than LeBron.
Yeah. Well, speaking of top players in the league, Kevin Durant is gonna stay in Brooklyn. They worked it out. Basically means that nobody would take the Kevin Durant deal. So
that's all that meant. Everybody. I'm gonna tell you who ruined the Kevin Durant deal. Fucking Rudy Gobert. That's who ruined the Kevin Durant deal.
The COVID spreader. He ruins everything.
Kevin Durant decided to go on free agency in the wrong offseason. It's no way Brooklyn would be able to look their ownership in the face if you took a deal less than what what Utah got for Gobert. And who the hell's offering you? Who got that?
Yeah.
They literally got two decent players and 5 draft picks. Nobody has that. You want 2 all-stars and 5 draft picks. Nobody has that to give you. So we all knew KD wasn't going nowhere.
They decided to move ahead. Yeah, right. That means nobody take your ass.
KD walked in there was like, okay, nobody's going to give me none of the team that I want to go to. I want to give me a deal. And Kyrie's still my homie, so I'll play with him. All right. That's kind of how.
So where do you think that puts Brooklyn in the title race?
At the top of the East. If they can come together and stay healthy, they're the best.
Stay healthy. Oh my gosh,
bro! I told you this last year. when they acquired
Yeah,
Ben
and
Simmons.
they lost again.
Because Ben Simmons never played.
Doesn't matter.
With
They lost again.
With Ben Simmons on the team, if this team stays healthy and plays, talent-wise, they're the best team in the East.
I smell you losing another bet.
Oh, they're the best team. Because I don't know if I would bet with them because they're mercurial. But Ben Simmons never played last year. The whole thing I thought they were going to be great because they needed a defender, and Ben Simmons is that. And he's also the other thing they need, which is a great point guard who can distribute to the two of the greatest scorers the NBA has ever seen. With that being said, they're also mercurial as fucking. All of them have mental shit going on that you can't depend on them. But I tell you this, if they lock in and want to play basketball with the team and the Seth Curry, the Claxton kid, and the kid they just got from Utah, they can beat anybody in the East. You can't tell me.
Okay.
I bet you wouldn't bet against them.
I
in the
absolutely
would. Okay.
Depends on who they play, but yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm going to remember this come later in the season.
Please do. Please do. And please remember that I said it's going to be a Subway World Series. Mets and Yankees. I said that a long time ago. I'll keep reminding you until it's over.
The Yankees can't beat the Stros, bro. They can't beat them. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'm not mad at your Mets pick, though. If their offense has come around and they have the best pitching in baseball, no doubt about it. Especially in a 7-game series.
And Scherzer going to be hitting their stride at middle of September. You guys are screwed. And that's the one thing that can take down the Dodgers is good pitching.
Yeah, because they got two dudes that can win 2 games each.
Yep.
That's all you need in the playoffs. It's just about if one of them gets heat around, and you know Scherzer always has one of those games.
As long as it's not the first game, they'd be all right.
Yes, Scherzer always has one of those games. But if they can make it through, Scherzer and DeGrom can win 2 games apiece. But DeGrom just missed the start, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. So, speaking of being all right, let's talk about Deshaun Watson. His update, I think it's been finalized. It's an 11-game suspension with $5 million fine. So, slap on the dick for Deshaun Watson. Nothing, no big deal. So Deshaun Watson's got 11-game suspension. That being said, what do you think their final record is?
I haven't looked at their schedule, so I don't know when their games are. But 11-game suspension, I mean, he'll get to play 6. I'm going to say 4-2 in his 6. So whatever your boy can do in the 11. If he can get it 6-4, 4-2. No,
see, I was thinking 5-6.
7-4.
5-6 and 5-1. So I think they'll go 10-7.
Their defense is way too good to go 5-6. If he's serviceable, that's a 6-win defense. That defense is absolutely fucking loaded.
Yeah.
And their offensive line and their running game, like he's not gonna be asked to do much. He'll be asked to make a couple big throws and here and there, but there'll be a defensive run the ball team. Like they can win 6 to 7 games with him, I believe.
All right.
But I don't believe they're a championship contender. I believe they're a one-and-done team in the playoff. They don't have enough weapons.
All right, well, let's do this.
Outside.
Let's do an NFL division predictions. So we'll run through these real quick. Let's just start with the AFC North, okay? So we have Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati. How do you see that finishing out? Don't even have to say the records. Just give me the order of finish, 1 to 4.
I like Baltimore 1, Cincinnati 2. They can flip-flop, but that's just my personal opinion. Baltimore 1, Cincinnati 2. I'll go Pittsburgh 4 and Cleveland 3, but only because Deshaun Watson's hurt. Next year they'll be 1, just for the record.
All right. So I have Cincinnati 1, Cleveland 2, Baltimore 3, Pittsburgh 4. And then in the AFC East, we have Buffalo, the New York Jets, New England, and Miami. How do you see that?
I have Buffalo 1, Miami 2, Patriots 3, and
Jets in the cellar.
No. I have Jets too.
You said Miami.
I'm in Miami 4. My bad. I have the
Okay.
Jets too.
I was like, damn, aggressive. So I have Buffalo 1, New England 2, Miami 3, Jets last.
But the Jets is contingent on how hurt Wilson is. I really like that team.
Yeah, I think Zach Wilson's a decent quarterback. I just don't think he's got a fair shake yet. Maybe next year.
I think he has all the shake he needs with the weapons they have. I just think he needs to be healthy.
All right, so let's move to the AFC South. We have Houston, Tennessee, Indianapolis, and Jacksonville. The easiest division in football.
Houston winning the division.
Ooh. Who's their quarterback again?
Followed by the Colts. Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, that's right.
And their starting running back is going to be Damian Pierce. I'm giving you too many fantasy gems, bro. I need to stop.
Whatever, bro. All right, so Houston, then who?
I got Houston, then I got Indy.
Okay.
And then both of the next two teams will need to be bottom dwellers, so you can put them in any order you want.
Tennessee and Jacksonville are interchangeable?
I'll go Jacksonville 3, Tennessee 4. I think Tennessee's going to be bad this year.
Oh. All right. Well, I have Indy. I think Indy is a dark horse to
I think they're a dark horse when the playoffs start. Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs as the second best team in the division.
So I have Indy, Tennessee, Houston, Jacksonville, Suckfest. And then let's move to what I think is the most interesting division, the AFC West. Now, there's been a little bit of clatter around these parts with how that was going to shake out. So I already have mine because I've had a couple of conversations about it. So let's start with you. We have the Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers. What's your 1 to 4?
My 1 to 4 is going to be the next greatest quarterbacks in sliced bread will be at 1.
Which is?
And that is Mr. Herbert. And I told everybody before that draft, I don't care about how mercurial he is and how weird he seems to act. He's going to be that one. He had all the tools to be the one. He's 6'5". He had a rocket arm. He ran the ball. He ran the Oregon offense, which means running the ball was never an issue for him. That mobile with that type of arm? Psst, come on, man. I don't even understand how they believe he was going to fail. I think he went the same draft as Baker. Is that right? Baker? The Baker draft?
No.
Is it the Baker draft?
No.
Or
Herbert's only in his 3rd year, bro.
Huh?
Herbert's only in his 3rd year.
Okay, so 2 years after Baker. Because Baker just finished his 4th year.
Yeah, Baker's going into 5.
It was quarterbacks that went before Herbert, I know.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because he didn't go till 6.
Was that Deshaun Watson's year? No.
No, Deshaun didn't go to 12.
He was. Oh, that's right. Who? Oh, Darnold? No, that was too long.
No.
I don't know.
Well, no, I can't be mad at who went before him. Never mind, I take that.
Who was it?
It was Joe Burrow. You can't.
Joe Burrow. Okay. Oh my God, that was the Joe Burrow draft. That's right. The Heisman.
But you could be mad. You could be mad at the Dolphins for taking Tua.
Yeah, that was so. That was so Miami of them. All right, so you have the Chargers at 1.
I have the Chargers at 1. I have. Oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
I really want to go Denver at 2. I really want to go Denver at 2.
Their defense isn't going to be as good as they were last year.
Why not?
Because
with Chubb back, Chubb missed half the season. Chubb is back.
Didn't they lose one of their secondary, like one of their defenders from the secondary? Are you sure?
They've lost the slot corner. They lost the Harris kid. No, he was on San Diego last year. No, they didn't lose anybody. Denver is fully back. They're fully loaded. Matter of fact, I'm not going to be scared to take. I'm taking Denver 2. I'll let Kansas City be 3, and I'll put Oakland, Las Vegas 4. But I also believe that all 4 of these teams can possibly make the playoffs. I believe they can all go 3-3 in their division and sweep other places. That's how good I believe this division is.
Yeah, I think the
Not
top
gonna-
3 teams are going to make the playoffs.
Oh, for sure, the top three, and I'm thinking maybe four, depending on how rest of the division shakes out with that extra
So
playoff spot.
I have the Raiders at number 1. I have the Chargers at 2, Chiefs 3, Broncos 4. But I think the Broncos are going to be 4 at like 10-7.
You have the Raiders one. I can't
And
be mad at that.
guess
But their
what?
defense is just not
I
good
have
enough.
Derek Carr winning the MVP this year.
I just don't believe their defense is good enough. I think their offense is absolutely immaculate. I won't take that away from you. Their offensive line is pretty good, and they have weapons everywhere. Jacobs, Adams, Renfro, Waller. They're loaded. But their secondary is garbage juice. Like the juice from the garbage trash can.
Yeah. We'll see. I think playing in that division with the Chiefs, like those games are going to be gunslinging games.
Yeah, but they have the worst defense of everybody. Forget the Chiefs. San Diego's defense, offense is as good, and their defense is legit.
Yeah.
The Broncos defense is absolutely legit with offensive weapons too. I don't know how good the Broncos line is. The San Diego
that
line
was
is
the
fucking
part that I didn't
awesome.
trust. Is like,
San Diego's
Russell Wilson's
line
going to
is
be
awesome.
better as a Bronco, but he's also going to have a little bit less time, which sounds crazy because Seattle's line wasn't that great. But I don't know.
I mean,
we'll
Denver's
see.
line is supposed to be good, but I just don't know. But
They're good at run blocking. They're not good at pass protection.
The Raiders and the Chiefs, it's going to be tough for them in that division because their defense are way behind the other two defensively. Like the other two teams have legit defense. Legit.
All right, so let's move to the NFC. We have Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota.
Green Bay. I think Green Bay will be one, just naturally. But I think it's possible for Detroit to finish 2. It's probably not going to be a playoff team. Like 2 will probably be 9-8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll be 2 9-18 like them in Minnesota. I don't know why. I think Minnesota's defense has just fallen off. They have so many weapons on offense. I like their offense.
I think
their line
Minnesota's
isn't
not
that
going to be
good.
that great this year.
I don't think they're going to be that good either. And
So Green Bay 1. Who do you have after
Green Bay
that?
1. I'll take Detroit, Minnesota like a tie, 9-8, and then who's the other team? Chicago's not going to be good. They're going to be like 5-11, 5-12, something like that.
Yeah, I'll
Even
go Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago. With Green Bay wins a division by 2 or 3 games. Pretty easy.
Easy. Yeah.
All right, NFC South. We have Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, Tampa Bay.
I'm going New Orleans 1, Tampa 2. And I'm giving Tampa 2. That shit is not like legit. I'm just going to give them 2 because they got Tom Brady. But missing 3-4 of your starting offensive linemen from last year, that shit's going to be tough. So show me, Tom, how great you are. But out of respect for your greatness, I'll say y'all finish 2 in the division and probably make the playoffs. I believe Carolina's going to be pretty decent. I believe they're probably going to be like a 9-1 team, which in the NFC, you don't know.
Who knows, yeah.
Fighting for a playoff spot. And then I believe Atlanta's in a full rebuild. So 3-4-1 team.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tampa Bay 1, New Orleans 2, Carolina 3, Atlanta 4. I think that's pretty... New Orleans, Tampa Bay, that'll be somewhat close, but...
I don't think it's going to be close. I think New Orleans is going to clear the division by at least 2 games this year.
Nah.
I don't think any team talent-wise is even close to them in that division. It's not close.
Yeah, just don't
offensively and defensively, I don't believe it because their defense is absolutely loaded.
All right,
and
so
they own Tampa every year.
Let's
But
go.
go ahead,
That's
you go.
true. That's why I think it's going to be close. But let's go to the NFC West. We have San Francisco, Arizona, Los Angeles Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm going to go Rams just because I don't trust Trey. And then I'm going to go Arizona. I'll put San Francisco 3rd and Seattle 4th.
I'm going to go with Niners 1 because I think they're going to – I think Trey's going to have that rookie / sophomore season to where it's going to take people 10 games to figure him out. By then, maybe they'll be 8-2 and they can ride, 14-3 maybe, or 13-4 record into the playoffs. I think
that was my initial thought on the situation, but it's too many quarterbacks like that now. They have tape on everybody like that. Like when they did it with RG3 1 year, and then next year he stunk. And it was the same coaching staff pretty much.
That's why I'm giving Trey Lance this year. Next year,
I know they're going to try to run it, but I just think the league has too much tape on those type of quarterbacks because a lot of teams run that offense now.
Yeah.
Unlike it was with RG3. And I don't know. He's thrown 354 passes in 3 years. Like, there are quarterbacks who throw that in a season.
Load management, dude. Load management.
I mean, I didn't say it was impossible. He's got to show me, though, man.
Yeah. So I got Niners 1. I got Rams 2, just because Arizona has too many problems still. But the Rams I don't think are going to be all that great. I think Stafford's going to miss his 4 to 6 games this year. So I have Niners 1, Rams 2, Arizona 3, and Seattle at the bottom. I don't think they're going to be that great. And then the almighty NFC East with the New York Football Giants, Philly, the Cowboys, and the Washington team.
Well, we know who's going to be 1. The Eagles will be 2. I think the Washington football team will be 3, and the Giants will be 4.
Are the Giants going to let Tyrod Taylor start?
Probably by game 6.
Because I think they have a decent shot with Tyrod Taylor to be formidable.
They'll probably let him on game 6.
So I'm going to go with Dallas 1, Washington 2.
That's a lot of faith in Carson Wentz, buddy.
It's more faith in Ron Rivera. So I got
the racists.
He's what?
I said the guy who hired the racists. True.
Yeah. I kind of know that, but not really. I don't know. So Dallas 1, Washington 2, New York Giants 3, and the Eagles sucking the NFC East butthole at the bottom. I don't think it's going to be very, very close. I think Cowboys got that.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty close. I think the Eagles are pretty good. They're going to be pretty good this year.
I think Jalen is not going to do well, and that's just going to cause chaos.
That's my saving grace right there. That Jalen is not that good. Because they're loaded pretty much at every other position. Yep. But my saving grace is that I don't think Jalen's going to be that good.
Me neither. All right. Well, before football season starts and sucks away all of our time, what have you been watching lately?
What have I been watching? I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching a lot of fantasy stuff. I'm still on Big Brother, man. You know, Big Brother's not over, so they don't enter football season. So I've been watching that. I'm trying to think anything new.
Who's your prediction to win? Big Brother.
I did watch the Man Teo thing. It's this dude with his name is Michael.
Okay.
Sorry to say. But he wins too much. I don't think they can beat him. I don't think they can win enough competition to put him out. It would be hard. It would have to be a cold, clean backdoor to get him out. But if he's nominated for the veto, he's gonna win the shit. So I'm telling you, the dude wins every comp. He's won 6 comps already.
Nice.
HOH twice, veto 3 times. I don't see how he loses, but I've seen weirder shit happen in life, so we'll see.
All right, so you watched the Manti Te'o Untold?
Yeah, and now I kind of felt bad. When it happened, I'm clowning him how the hell did you let this happen? And now I'm like, well, shit, that could have happened to me.
It's a lot deeper than you expect.
Yeah, because FaceTime and stuff is new. It wasn't really, catfishing wasn't a really big thing. And she's leaving them voicemails and shit sounding like a girl. So it's how can I not? I mean, how can I expect she's not a girl when she sounds like a fucking girl?
And it was how can you not know that was just a fake thing on the internet? And he's like, listen, man, I did my due diligence. I talked to my cousins, and they're like, oh yeah, I know this person. but not really
Yeah.
well. And you're like, oh, perfect. They're kind of an acquaintance. That's verified that this person's okay to talk to. You know, it's like he did everything he was supposed to do except for see kind of the obvious stuff right in front of him. You know what I mean? But he was caught up in his emotions. But it's not like he just stumbled into this thing blindly. It's like he actually did some stuff. And the amount of trickery on the back end is just vicious, bro.
It's crazy.
Just the hospital bed thing, like they kept it up for so long. Like not for a couple of days, for like a month.
No, and then to like say I was dead and then send the picture of you
And then
showing that you're not
reborn,
dead.
like I actually faked my death because I had to hide from people. And then what do you do? Oh man. Yeah, poor Manti. I will say he's looking good these days.
I would too. I mean, he's rich. If he invested his money right, he signed a couple contracts, so he made a couple $1 million.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right. There's a new Untold that I just saw popped up. I don't know when it came out, but I think it was this week or last week. The Rise and Fall of And One.
Oh,
I can't wait to watch that. So that just popped up on the Netflix feed. So I'm excited to watch that. I watched Tim Dillon's stand up. It was pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but it was good.
Game 3 of the finals tonight. WNBA, man.
WNBA finals. What else is on? There's this thing called Inside the Mind of a Cat on Netflix. Are we really at this point, people? We're gonna watch a show about crazy cat people explaining what their cats are not thinking and how they know. Like, dude, that's aggressively stupid.
Did they get your boy for that? Lion King?
Huh? James Earl Jones?
No, the Lion King.
Tiger King?
Tiger King.
I think that guy's still in jail. Joe Exotic.
You know how many people get interviewed in jail? Like, I'm sure they could interview him in jail, bro. And he definitely knows the mind of the cat. Like,
yeah, but nobody cares about him anymore. Nor should they.
If you want to know the mind of the cat, you should definitely care. Like, are we really trying to get into the mind of the cat?
No, these are like house cats. And nobody cares. I'm upset that somebody wasted time and money on it. It's ridiculous.
On Tiger King?
No, on Inside the Mind of a Cat. Damn it.
Well, cats are important to a lot of people, even if they're not important.
I know, but nobody knows what a cat's thinking.
So somebody does know.
No,
that's why they're telling us. That's why they made the show.
I hate what we're saying right now.
So you're telling me that people can't believe in that they know what a cat's thinking.
Yes, they can.
But you believe in dinosaurs.
I believe that they're stupid for it.
It's the same thing. They can believe you're stupid for believing dinosaurs, sir, because I know someone who does. I know someone out there who believes that you're dumb for believing in dinosaurs. There's someone out there.
Yeah, that's you, and it's a dumb person. You're looking in a mirror, partner. Speaking of not dinosaurs, but almost dinosaurs, there's Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings prequels. Did you watch either of those, or is that way too white for you?
What?
Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings?
Neither.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of Game of Thrones, but that was when my wife was on maternity leave. She binge watched it because she was just at home. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really get to watch it, but I saw some stuff here and there. So obviously it was pretty cool, but I haven't really watched that. But Lord of the Rings was my shit. The first, the original 3, those are my shit. I love the Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to check out the prequel. So the Game of Thrones one is House of the Dragon, which I think so many people tuned into it this past Sunday for the premiere on HBO Max that it crashed the app. It was such a big deal. I don't know. We didn't watch it. And then the Rings of Power, I don't know how many episodes there are, but I'm definitely going to check that out. So that being said, what are your top 5 movie franchises? If you weren't a Lord of the Rings type of fellow.
What do you mean? How many movies you want to consider a franchise?
3 or more.
Just 2?
3 or more.
So 3 or more. Have I even watched any show that have 3 or more to the series? Like, I don't even know if I have anything with 3 or more. Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks has 3. That's my shit.
Okay.
Mighty Ducks is my shit. Um, Bad Boys has 3.
See, you know
Bad
what's
Boys, Bad
okay,
Boy
so
2, Bad Boys for Life.
I have Lord of the Rings, I have Bad Boys on there. And I have not seen Bad Boys for Life, but the first 2 are so good that it doesn't matter how the third one is. It's Bad Boys is the shit.
Trying to think, what else movie franchise did I watch?
So I just recently
The Bourne franchise. Now those are my shits.
Yeah,
Jason
okay.
Bourne is my guy.
See, I'm not a
That's
huge
number 3.
The first 1.5 Bourne movies were pretty good, but I don't know, the way it was filmed, it was just like, I get it, the John Woo like rattle camera thing, but it's just too much for me. Gives me a headache. But in the same kind of ilk, a newer series that I put on here was John Wick. The John Wick franchise is pretty rad.
I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it, so I can't.
I just started watching it when I was like working out at home, and it turns out like it's awesome because it's like you barely need to know the dialogue, but it's like everything is like action packed. So if you just have a little bit of a heart rate going, like it'll help you sustain that, you know, like once your heart gets pumping, you watch something with action, you'd be surprised the reaction your body has to it. It's kind of cool.
Damn, I'm trying to think of movies.
One of my other ones is the Batman Begins series, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, which Dark Knight is one of my top 3 favorite movies ever, and Dark Knight Rises. Have you not seen them or you don't like them?
Never seen it. I don't watch that type of stuff. Sorry, man.
You don't have to be sorry.
Knights. I've seen like one Spider-Man, the very first Spider-Man. I don't know. I just don't watch like the superhero character, Marvel, American. I don't watch any. I don't watch any. I paid for Black Panther because of the sentiment behind the whole thing. Never seen it. Just bought a ticket just to be supportive.
I like that. I'm down with that. I bought this. I went to a Three Dog Night show the other night, and I bought this shirt. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, baby.
Should have went to the game and watched us kick ass. That's what you should.
I did have the option to go to the Chargers Cowboys preseason game, but
that's why I said that.
Three Dog Night, that was better. I went on a little man date with a comic buddy. We had dinner at La Cienega Park. People are all walking around us. We're on a little blanket, smoking a joint, eating. It was great.
I don't have any more.
All right, what about
Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh, damn it. That was a good one. Oh, shit. I love Beverly Hills. Again, the third one, the Disneyland one, I didn't really care for that much, but the first
that's my favorite one.
Really? I think we've been over this. I haven't seen it since like I think it was one of those things where I loved the first 2 so much I was disappointed with the third one and never went back to it. But damn it, Beverly Hills Cop is for sure on this.
Yeah, I know number 5.
Okay.
Damn, I just lost it that quick. I had it.
Sorry.
How the fuck how do I be drawing blanks like that?
Okay, I'm taking John Wick off, and I gotta put, thank you for that. I gotta put, what the fuck did we just say? Damn it.
Beverly
Hills Cop. Okay, so Lord of the Rings, Bad Boys, Beverly Hills Cop, Batman Begins, and then my 5th one is Rocky.
Oh, Rocky can be my 5th. I love Rocky too. Rocky my shit.
Yeah, Rocky. I mean, that's one of the greatest franchises of all time, hands down. But there's like my honorable mentions are the Terminator because Terminator 1 was cool. T2 was.
I've only seen Terminator 1.
You've never seen Terminator 2: Judgment Day?
No.
Oh, it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Hold up. I've only seen one Terminator. I've seen the one with John Connor on. You know, like, and he turns into liquid and shit.
Okay, so that's Terminator 2. That's Judgment Day. That is the good one.
Okay. All right, so never mind. I haven't seen one.
What'd you think of that one?
That's good. That's a good movie.
Okay. So the first one's pretty good. The second one's amazing. It's one of the greatest movies ever, in my opinion. And then I never really saw any of the other ones, but again, the first 2. But it's an honorable mention. And then same goes for Die Hard. Die Hard original and Die Hard with a Vengeance are like amazing movies. Die Hard 2.
How many Naked Guns are there?
Oh, Naked Gun is good. Police Academy.
Police Academy is a nice movie series.
I think Airplane. I don't know how many airplanes there were.
What the hell is Airplane? I've never seen that.
There were two in the towers. Those are also shit. Sorry, that just snuck out. There were other. That was another Leslie Nielsen.
I'm not supposed to be laughing at that.
I know. I shouldn't have said it either, but I couldn't help it. That was the one that Airplane. OJ was in Police Academy. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in Airplane.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, dude, it's a good one. I mean, Godfather technically is a franchise, but I don't know. Whatever.
That was all one movie, man. I'm not counting that. Because if we counted that, it would be number one.
A lot of people would say Harry Potter, but I don't care for that garbage.
I don't watch Harry Potter. I can't watch a dude that's went to school for like 52 years. Like, what? Fuck. And you gonna graduate at some point? Like, you just ain't gonna never become a wizard? What, dude?
Oh, he may never become a wizard, but there's a Wizard of the Guitar on this week's Spotify playlist. This week we're going with Jimi Hendrix and Nappy Roots.
Guitarist of all time. Did you know that he used to slit his head with a razor and then put acid in his headband so he can be high as shit while he's up there?
That's not true. I heard that rumor as well when I was a child in 7th grade.
My man Jimmy. You think that's not true? Now I'm gonna have to Google it and come back with facts next week.
It's not
because I've never actually Googled it. I've heard it from some people that listen to rock and roll because I didn't. So now I'm gonna have to.
See, I heard the same thing about cocaine, and that's one of those things where if the drugs are different, then the story is different. Then that's probably not true, and there's better ways to do that than straight to your forehead. So, yeah, Jimi Hendrix, one of the greatest national anthems of all time, and Nappy Roots. It's a good mix. Oh, speaking of good mixes, we're going to mix it up next week. And then I'm going to come see you and shave you and get you all cleaned up and maybe hit some mics while I'm out there. Not you. Comedy mics. That's what I've been doing recently out here. So if you want to see where I'm doing stand-up, you can follow me on Instagram. I am at Brendalis7. Mike is at Black Irish 213, and we are at Black Irish Pod. So give us a follow, give us a share. Last week, I remembered to say something about that, and hooty-hoo, guess what? Numbers improved. So that means people got to see it, other people shared. Thank you very much for doing that, and please do it again. Sorry for the friendly reminder, but it seems to work. So interact with us somehow on some platform of some sort, and it always helps. If you enjoyed it, tell somebody to listen to it, because that's what we're all about, spreading the good word of the good mic. Am I right?
You know it, buddy. And I just looked it up, and two things I saw is it is LSD, like I said, and it's people that are verifying this story to be true, my friend.
Oh,
gotta do some more digging. But yeah, I'm telling you, Jimi Hendrix was a wild dude. How you think he was so good? Up there, tripped out off the acid, playing the shit out that guitar, boy.
Well, you heard it here, kids. Drugs make you better. So, don't buy drugs in a dangerous way, but go ahead and get out there and get your freak on.
We do not promote drugs except for the legal ones. If it's legal in your city, enjoy it.
Yeah, be responsible with your drug intake, people, all right? Stay away from blow right now, because blow is not blow at all. It's fentanyl. And, you know, but shrooms are as clean as they've ever been and readily available. Try some shrooms. Try some shrooms.
Shrooms are readily available because I'm seeing them everywhere right now.
You want to do shrooms?
No, I don't want to do it. I said I see them everywhere. Mike does weed.
Oh, you don't want to have any fun with me.
Just the weeds, man.
Just the weed. It's a different type of plant.
No, shrooms are not a plant. They actually grow through doo-doo. So it's not really a plant.
People fertilize their lawns to grow grass.
It's not. You don't.
All right, we're gonna circle back on what a mushroom is next week. Until then, we gotta go. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I love you, dude.
Love you too, my guy.
All right. Peace.